So we're here showing off some of the cool new features in Forza Motorsport 4. I'm excited to be showing you guys one of the new game modes inspired by our creative partnership with Top Gear. We've got Top Gear content kind of integrated through a lot of the build. We have Jeremy Clarkson doing voiceover in the new Auto Vista mode. We've got the Top Gear test track, of course. You can have the Stig in your replays. But this is more than just a licensing deal. This is a true kind of creative collaboration, a partnership with them. And we sat down and wanted to kind of mimic some of the magic that they get on the show through some of these stunts. We didn't want to just recreate the stunts as they exist on the show and the game. That's easy. What we wanted to do was kind of create compelling new game modes inspired by the Top Gear partnership. So we sat down with that creative team and kind of said, well, if you guys didn't have fiscal limitations or things that would be nearly impossible or impossible to do in the real world, or certainly cost prohibitive, what would you do? And some things came out of it, like soccer is huge, obviously, in most of the world. It'd be interesting to get a bunch of cars together in a big field and have them punt a soccer ball around together. And we've gotten that mode in there now, which is really fun. You find guys setting up big cars as defenders, SUVs, some of the smaller, more agile cars as forwards, bouncing this ball around. And now with 16-player multiplayer, it makes that experience much more compelling. You can have 8-on-8 playing soccer on the field, or football as they call it in Europe. The kind of misnomer, people think, well, 16 multiplayer, that's a great new feature. I can't wait to race with 16 other cars on track. Well, honestly, unless you're in the top 1 or 2% of the leaderboards, it's not that interesting. It just means that instead of finishing 7th or 8th, I'm now going to finish 15th or 16th. Not that much fun. But where it gets really fun is in some of these new game modes where you can actually have more cars on track, whether it's Virus, Capture the Flag, game modes like that. When we looked back at Forza 3, we saw that half of our players actually were playing these non-traditional racing type game modes online, like cat and mouse, Virus, Capture the Flag, those kind of things. So we've really embraced that and tried to build more of that into the game this time around. Another new mode that we're here talking about is Top Gear Bowling, which I'm going to show you here today. So this is set on the Top Gear test track in Dunsfold, England. And basically the objective is we have these huge pins set up on the track, and you drive your car around trying to knock as many down as you can. There's different variations on the theme. There's special colored pins that are worth more points, and you can use a variety of different tactics to try to knock as many pins down as you can, whether it's driving straight through at high speed, sliding the car sideways. It ends up being a lot of fun. Yellow pins are worth more. There, I beat the target. You can see there's different point scores, and it's really a lot of fun. We'll check a quick replay out of the action here. We've got a bunch of other online features that are new this time around as well. We now have a feature called Car Clubs, where friends can get together and form a car club. And where that gets really interesting is when you have a shared garage. You can share cars, layer groups, liveries within a car club and go out and compete against other clubs online. We also have a new feature called Rivals, which is basically asynchronous play. It allows you to go up online and play against people, whether it's your friends or top people on the leaderboard, and race against them even when they're not online. And if you beat them, you collect a bounty. The next time they log on, they will get a notification that their time was beaten, and they'll get an opportunity to come and collect the bounty back. It makes for a much kind of easier access to online play, even when people aren't online, and you can play through the entire career that way. The hope is people can play through World Tour, they can play through the event list, they can play through Rivals. The game can kind of be custom tailored to play through the way you want to play.